Hey guys, welcome back to New York Comic Con up here in the Newsarama Skybox. I'm Justin Tyler.
I'm Grace Randolph.
I'm here talking to Justin and Dan about Rick and Morty.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello. So this show is about a genius grandpa and a not-so-genius grandson. Does that relate to any of your own personal family?
Yeah, who's the Rick and who's the Morty?
Go ahead.
I think we're both the Rick. I mean, I think Rick
Which one is that?
Well, Rick is
grandpa.
the grandpa. He's this sort of sociopathically ingenious, alcoholic, insane guy that's like really empowered by the shape of his brain. His grandson is the innocent. He's the person I think we all wish we were because he's sort of beyond reproach. I mean, he's a good kid, but I don't think we've ever met anybody like that in real life. Whereas Rick, I think we all sort of feel. We all have that Zuckerberg fantasy of like everyone else is full of crap but me, and Rick really is that guy.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I think that's a little bit of Justin, a little bit of me, and.
Is he an actual genius, or is he just like a self-appointed
No, I mean,
genius?
he's like infinitely intelligent. I mean, he could do whatever. I mean,
I think
anything.
The conceit of the show is basically what if you could do anything? Like what if you were that smart? What would your personality be like?
We don't spend any time worrying about how he's able to do these things. We just know he can do anything like that. So story-wise, it's just, he has a device that can shrink you and inject you into somebody, and that's like just 5 seconds of the story. You know, it's just a matter-of-fact thing.
You don't get into the science behind actually inventing a shrinking ray.
Yeah, we'll let Michio Kaku and all those guys figure that out later.
It sort of reminds me of, there was a Richie Rich cartoon in the 80s when I was a kid, and he had this guy, Professor Keenbean, who just hung out on his property and would make...
Best
would
character
come
ever.
to him for a story and say, I made you shoes that can jump high. And I would always think, like, well, if that guy existed, why wouldn't he...
Yeah, constantly.
Yeah.
Like,
Why is he serving
Richie
this?
Rich.
Why is he serving this annoying child?
And also, why isn't the annoying child constantly like attached to this guy? Like,
And why does that child have a show? Oh, it's because Ronald Reagan's president.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But now it's a new
Now
era.
the country's falling apart.
Now
We're all gonna
now smart people
suffer
get to be
the
star.
Great World Depression that's coming.
So watch this animated series.
Enjoy it. Let it take you away from the torment of
Recede into your youth as because your adulthood was stolen from you by the baby boomers.
You could broadcast these words to the thousands of people that are here.
I'm sure they'd love to hear it as they buy their Pokemon and their Magic the Gathering.
Is that the plural, Pokemon?
Yeah,
I don't know.
The Pokemon.
I whatever. Okay. Yeah.
Would you, if I can draw a comparison, sort of a Pinky and the Brain relationship in a way?
Maybe less heightened. You know, I feel like Morty's a little bit more relatable, a little bit more grounded than Pinky was. Pinky was sort of just an idiot, and they really played that up.
The big similarity there is that you need somebody that's asking a lot of questions, so,
Right.
so that the smart guy can give the answers.
Yeah.
But that was
Or not give them.
Ford Prefect in Hitchhiker's Guide. You know,
Right,
it's
right.
like Arthur. You know, he's like always asking what's going on, so that someone can say Doctor Who has his companions. Because those people are inherently unrelatable. People who can accomplish so much. And so but Pinky, like he has a horse in the race. Like he wants to take over the world. Like Rick is actually.
Well, the brain does. The brain does.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's fine. It's the brain wants to do all the bad. He wants to take over the world, and Pinky's like the Morty idiot who's like,
Pinky was into world domination a little bit.
I mean,
though.
he
They were
was
friends.
swept up into it. Yeah, of course. I mean, as your best friend wants to take over the world, what are you going to do? I mean,
Well,
can't.
coming from Community has an animated feel to it almost as well. How do you like going fully into animation?
It's really great in a lot of respects. I'm surprised by the similarities, which is that basically if you say the room is filled with 1,000 people, that's just as unwieldy an animation as it is in live
really?
action.
Oh, yeah.
Because I always thought, like, well, you can just draw a bunch of circles. But
especially if they're moving.
In TV, the more you fill a room, the more money you're having to spend on this weird thing called human livestock, but
Extras.
and then even if you're drawing pictures of them, like you're paying a talented person to like create these people.
Yeah.
They have to look different.
If you say something explodes, it costs a lot in animation to explode it relative to the animation.
It's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears.
But there are things that don't.
Time. You get a little bit more time. You get more opportunities to fix things.
Yeah.
In live action, I mean, these guys are writing the scripts, and then they're shooting the episode the following week. I mean, it's like fucking crazy. Yeah. Sorry, can I swear? It's crazy, right? I mean, I'm exaggerating a little bit, but like in animation, you write the script, you get to record the voices, listen to the radio play. Oh, this isn't working. Change that. Go to animatic. Get to make more changes. I mean, it's very forgiving in terms of the creative process and the luxury of time.
And totally, you could say that a guy had a banana for a head, and in an animation, like, we're gonna go to a universe where everyone's head is a banana. It would be, if you did that in live action, no matter how much money you spent on it, everyone would be like, I don't like it. But in animation, you can do it.
Paper mache.
Are you guys that involved at every level?
I mean,
we definitely decide whether someone has a banana for a head.
Yeah,
Yes.
I mean,
That's
not something we leave to.
That's a network call. I'm afraid.
We're constantly telling the animators, please, no more banana
don't
people.
Do that. Yeah. No more banana surprises.
Why do you guys keep drawing this? No one told you to do this.
Another time, your third warning, and that's it. But you want to know how we split the... Dan is very important and integral to the writer's room. I kind of consider him the head writer. We break stories together. We had a team of writers that worked with us closely. A small team, albeit, and then in terms of like character design and just the general show running of an animated show, like I took that upon myself and would always like bring and loop Dan in whenever I felt like I needed his opinion which was a lot. I mean, there's a lot of designs, a lot of like just questions, especially when it comes to animatics, the specific timing of an episode, the final color cut. Dan is just so experienced and just has a unique sort of connection with timing and
it all feeds back to the writing process, like the timing and everything.
Yes, is a joke landing? Is it not? I mean, there's a lot of times where I almost consider you like Neo in the Matrix, seeing all the ones and zeros.
Oh, I like you subtly like, that's how I see myself.
Sure, yeah. I mean, I was really good 15 years ago. I followed it up with a lot of
middling sequel.
Strange fights in the street.
I mean, I'll see stuff and I'll recognize when things aren't working for me, but then there's times where I'm oblivious, and Dan will be like, "Oh, that joke isn't. It's a joke you might have written." He's got a rule where it's like, if you wrote the joke and it's not landing for you, then you fucking go in and fix it.
Yeah.
Which is a great rule. It's really smart, and it's helped us along the way to make sure that these are as good as they can be. And I'm incredibly proud of what we've accomplished with this show.
And we're gonna get to see it soon. It's
in December. Yeah, it's gonna premiere in December.
Who's your voice cast? You have some guest stars
too.
Yeah.
We've got an amazing, honestly, like really incredible cast. Not to toot my own horn, but I do the two main characters.
Oh, wow.
So we'll stop there.
Amazing.
No, I'm kidding. I'm not that great. I'm okay. But we got Chris Parnell as the dad, which is just like was a gift.
Yeah.
I mean, we kind of started to write the character around his sort of our perceived personality of him, like who, you know what I mean? Like he's such a interesting, funny guy, and he's just such a good performer, and he's such a Charlie Brown kind of type character, this sort of like lovable loser, and he's in a failing marriage, and we got Sarah Chalk to do the voice of his wife, and Sarah just came in and just killed it. I mean, she recorded all of the episodes over the course of 3 days, 3 sessions, because we were so late in the game to cast the mom. It was like this hunt that we were on, and she just clicked into place. It could not be a better combination between their two voices and personalities. Awesome. And then Spencer Grammer is the sister, Morty's sister, and she's fantastic. And then there's a litany of incredible talent. We got like Dana Carvey, guest stars, John Oliver from The Daily Show and Community. Alfred Molina is in an episode, which was huge, a huge get. And then just a ton of regulars like Phil Hendry, for any Phil Hendry radio fans, and Brandon Johnson, who's hilarious and in a ton of stuff, and Echo Kellum. I mean, I could go on and on. I mean, we just have really awesome, talented people.
And just real quick, I have to ask, because you were so vocal about your experience behind the scenes on Community, how are you finding this show?
I mean, it's definitely the thing I would love to be able to retire to, because it does, obviously, if you're working on an Adult Swim show, and you say, this is how I feel about what I'm working on, you're not going to end up in a tabloid, which is not that's not an aspect of work that I've ever wanted or thought I deserved or that helps anything. So network TV kind of comes with that, I guess, because you're a colleague with people like Aaron Sorkin and Tina Fey, and they don't say as much. Yeah. So I come from the internet. I come from enjoying television, and I come from like talking about how I feel. So I'm very much more at home at Adult Swim than I am in network TV. But there's a slight difference in the pile of cash. So I'm gonna.
Hey, who knows? Maybe we can change that. Maybe we can change that, right? If it's a big enough hit, who knows?
Well, we are changing that. We're shrinking the network TV pile of cash.
Yeah, that's right.
And you have a pile of support from everybody here.
Yeah.
Huge.
Pile of cash.
I see a couple right up there.
Let's see. I don't know.
I see one right there.
They're
How'd you
lurking.
guys like my Reddit rant?
Hooray!
I actually read that. I thought it was good. I love that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for talking to us, guys. Good luck
Thank
with the
you.
show.
Thanks for having us.
And you guys stay tuned for plenty more from Comic.